Welcome, a big welcome to everybody to this Hendricks How-To. My name is Finnigan and I'm a Big Leap coach. And today I'm going to focus on how to bring presence to your fear. I recently heard Katie Hendricks say, when I'm scared, I try to make my presence bigger than my fear by being with it. This is kind of like I've heard it a lot, and I've noticed that my relationship with fear has been to push it away. And so I'm trying on, how do I make my presence bigger than my fear? So my invitation to everyone here now and anyone who watches the recording is to think of something, and I know this is a bit yucky, but I'm going to ask you to think of something that has resulted in you being scared recently, something over the last couple of weeks. And generally by thinking about it, we'll start feeling it in our body. That's the reason behind my apology, because I know sometimes it's not that fun to bring in fear if we're feeling relaxed or in a loving, joyful space. So I just want you to tune into your body, think of that item, and tune in to what's going on in your body. And I'm going to ask you to look at it from a point of view of aliveness. So 10 being I'm really alive to 1 being I'm not. And so I suppose to give people labels for that spectrum, at a 1 feeling quite dense, contracted energy, and at a 10 feeling really alive and expanded. So think about just where you are on that scale when you think about this item of fear. And then we're going to play with, try out whatever you like, making our presence bigger than our fear. So my invitation is, to begin with, to bring some breath to your item. And so to bring some deep breaths to your item. So breathing in deeply and breathing out. And as you breathe out, I often focus on pulling my belly button back towards my spine. And then take another breath in and just let your body expand. And hopefully noticing that your stomach is expanding. And when we're shallow breathing, we're often up here, but feeling that expansion. Breathing out, taking it all the way back to your spine. And breathing in. And then I'm just going to layer things up. You might notice or ask yourself in your mind where you're at on that scale of aliveness now, having made a few deep breaths. But I'm going to ask you to ground, whether you're standing or sitting. I'm going to ask you to also notice where your feet are in relationship to the ground. Welcome, Michelle. And so I'm going to invite you to add the connection of your feet to whatever surface is underneath you, or your chair, if you're sitting on a chair, to the breath. And so breathing and grounding, and all of these are presencing skills. We're being with our fear and hopefully creating a space where our presence becomes bigger than our fear. Breathing, grounding. The next item on the menu that I wanted to layer in was, or is, and I need to think about it now, so I'm going to wiggle, looping. So sometimes if we're either stuck in, like inside our minds, or out on something that happened out there, looping, exchanging where we place our energy can be really helpful. So if I've got stuck on something, a worry thought in my mind, I can look around the room right now and find something that I haven't noticed before. So I'm just noticing a black tack that is stuck on the wall. And then I'm coming back to myself and I'm noticing something in my body that I hadn't noticed previously. I'm noticing I've got like a crescent sense of tightness on my right tuchus, the right buttock. And then I'm going out again and noticing, and I'm noticing a shadow in my room behind the door that I haven't noticed before. And then I'm coming back to me. And in my body, I'm actually noticing that there's quite a lot of expansion and openness around my heart space. And I'm enjoying that. And I'm enjoying being in this community. So I am breathing, I am grounding, feeling my feet rooted, and I'm looping. It's dark here at the moment, so I can't see things outside. And if you are in the light as you listen to this, I invite you to notice new things outside your environment as well, within nature. And my last invitation for anyone who's willing for this layer of the menu is to find your essence pace. So essence pace, it's really useful to walk around the room. Essence pace is when we walk at a pace where we can notice both what's going on inside us, so we're connected with ourselves and we're connected with the environment and people around us. And often to find it, Katie Hendricks encourages people to walk really quickly. So walk really quickly through your environment. And I invite you to do that now. Yeah, that sort of vibe where you're... And then the invitation is to walk really, really slowly, like you're walking through treacle or molasses. Yeah. And then move backwards and forwards between those two until you find a pace where you can notice yourself, you can notice others in your environment and things in your environment. So you're not banging into things, you've got that pace that works. For me, when I find this, often I find colors become brighter. There is just such presence, like I see things in my environment that I wasn't seeing previously. So you may want to play some more with that if you're new to essence pace, to find what is a great essence pace for you. So I would like to invite each of you who marked where you were on your scale of aliveness with that item of fear you identified, where your aliveness is now after layering up these different practices of breathing, grounding, looping, and essence pace. I've really enjoyed spending this time with you. I wish you a great rest of your day, and see you another time. Thanks. Bye.